Sorry, the lighting. There we go. Hotel Echo Lima Oscar. Good evening from London, England, from your host, your guy himself, the one and only and truly DLG repping, otherwise short for Dele London Gooner. Let me take this off. Firstly and foremost, I do apologise for no show. I was meant to do a review of Arsenal 3, Bodo Glimps 0, and I fell asleep on the sofa on that particular day. That was yesterday, actually. However, I'm going to try and squeeze that one on after I've done this, so just bear with me, people. Love for the love, as someone once said. Big up my guy. T to the U to the R, K to the I to the S to the H. He knows who he is. Anyway, I'm not here to be the next Turkish. I'm just here to be me, DLG repping. Otherwise, welcome to another match preview of our next Premier League game, which is at home to Liverpool. Before I get into the starting 11 that I would go with, my 9 substitutions, my formation is going to be 4-3-3. Anyway, just thought I'd let you in that one. Just thought I'd let you in that one. You know my words. Anyway, make sure you smash the thumbs up like button for me. Do that in abundance. Do help me by sharing this channel virally all over the globe, especially to your friends and your relatives, yeah? And if you're watching for the first time, welcome on board. This is another match preview. Preview. Anyway, welcome on board. And on top of that, yeah, if you got your own team, Arsenal team that you go with against Liverpool, your 9 subs, drop it in the chat. Your opinion, your score prediction, leave it in the chat, yeah. As far as I'm concerned, this chat is for positive feedbacks only, yeah. So let's get that in there. On top of that, yeah, make sure you do subscribe. And speaking of subscribers, I've got a new subscriber here. He goes by the name of Collins Mongoba. I don't know where your last name's from, but your first name was easier to pronounce. But welcome on board, Colin Mongomba, because you are now the 231st subscriber to my channel. I appreciate the love and the thought. Thanks for subscribing, and I do apologise to you, Collins, Mongomba, and all my followers for no show. However, I'm here again, and I'm late. 4 hours late, but you know what they say, better late than never. So please bear with me. Yes, I did do a lot of hours, working hours, but there's no excuses. I should be streaming on time. You know, time has the essence, as they say. Anyway, let's get into Arsenal v Liverpool. Now, since Jurgen Klopp has been manager, I can go by that. We have not done well against Liverpool in the league as such. They've been champions, they've been European champions, Club World Cup champions. They've always dominated us in this fixture. However, of recently, in the first 7-8 Premier League games, Liverpool have not been on the levels that we know they are capable of being on. You know, they're about 13 points behind Man City, because I know Man City won 4-0 today. And that guy, yes, Erlen Bro Haaland on the score sheet again. Oh, if I'm a betting man, he'll probably go and get another 2 or 3 Premier League hat-tricks this season. And that's in his first full season, which he's completing. He hasn't done a first full season yet, but look at the guy, monster. Anyway, back to my preview of Arsenal v Liverpool. In 3 games last season, no goals scored against them, conceded 8 in all competition against them. They gave us a slapping in Anfield, where we defended well for the first 30-odd minutes, I believe, and then they just took control. some would pull it down to Arteta and Klopp having a beef on the touchline, but that wasn't the case. The case was they were better than us. After the first half hour, they just upped another gear. We couldn't live with their pace, their style of play, how quickly they moved the ball. Our defence was all over the shop. In fact, all over Liverpool, or dare I say, all over Merseyside. That's how we got beat. Players dropping off, too tired to make movement, etc. And I get it. We're up against a top class side. And at the moment, there's this talk about Jurgen Klopp having another seventh season syndrome, where with Borussia Dortmund, they flopped. They were in the bottom three, lurking with relegation, etc., etc. And now Liverpool, well, not in that kind of way, but they're in mid-table at the moment. Like I said, they're 13 points behind Man City. But again, in the big game, you can count on Jurgen Klopp to get it right. And he will pick the right team against us, just as we will try and pick. That's just as we will, and Arteta shall pick the right team against us. Now, for me, I'll go with the 4-3-3. That's the attacking formation. I want us to attack Liverpool, but we're going to need key players in their positions to have the best game they can have if we are going to pull off a victorious result. I mean, the first goal is going to be key, and the game will be won in midfield. Plus, the first 20 minutes is always vital. If Liverpool get on top of us within the first 20 minutes, then we could have problems in the longer stretch of the game. However, if we get on top of Liverpool, then we've got every chance of getting joy out of them. Now, key battles, Thomas Partey possibly versus Fabinho. You got Saliba versus Firmino. Well, I do think he will try and play on the shoulder of Gabriel dos Santos Magalhaes, where he's been prone to making stupid mistakes after stupid mistakes this season, and I've seen it, last season and this season, and that scares me, if I'm being totally honest with you. However, the Gabriel Magalhaes we know is a very, very good Premier League centre-back, and we're going to need him to concentrate. I'm going to be picking my back four. Well, I'm going to be picking my team based on how I feel Liverpool might get joy or try to get joy out of us. So, without further ado, here comes the starting 11. In goal, Aaron Ramsdale. For me, he would love nothing more but to keep a clean sheet against Liverpool, just as long as he knows the key factor for him is not to try and get beat at the near post. Hopefully he doesn't. So Aaron Ramsdale in goal. Other than that, he's been absolutely scintillating. He's pulled off fine saves this season, and long may that continue. And some dispute he should be England number one. Aaron Ramsdale in goal. My back four, which is a 4-3-3, as I've already mentioned earlier. I'm going to go with big decision here, but I'm going to go with Benjamin White. I was tempted to go with Takahiro Tomiyasu on the defensive front, but for the simple fact that Ben White has supported Saka in offensive areas and defensively has been brilliant equally, I'm going to go with Benjamin White, and it's tough for me to think about leaving him. Well, for me to leave him out and to bring in Takahiro Tomiyasu, I mean, I ain't got a problem either way, but Benjamin White has been performing out of his skin this season in that area, which is his second best position. Obviously, he's a centre-back by trade, but I'm going to go with him. However, the two centre-halves pick themselves. William Saliba, for me, this is a much bigger test than playing the scum down the lane, or down the road, should I call it, or down the pane. Anyway, he's been absolutely scintillating. I mean, then again, he had Harry Kane on toes, Son on toes. No matter what faced him, last weekend, he was an absolute star. And this guy is going to be a world-class superstar if he carries on performing the way he performs. For me, he's got everything: pace, athleticism, agility in the air. He's got the lot to succeed as a professional world-class footballer and centre-back. So that's Saliba. The other guy alongside him, he could be potentially world-class if he cuts out these stupid mistakes. I'm talking about Gabriel dos Santos Magalhães. He's Saliba's partner. He's been linked to Juventus for a reason. Huge club. One of the biggest clubs in the world. But for me, I want him at Arsenal in the long term because there is more than a very good defender in him. And I believe if he concentrates on doing the basics, he can concentrate on becoming more than a very good centre-half. Gabriel dos Santos Magalhães, he will start this game. As long as a fully focused Magalhães. Left back, I'm going to go with Kieran Tierney. I know it's his second game within 3 days, but I feel that putting Zinchenko in there and against Salah, I really feel that he's good at his one-on-ones. I don't get that, but the defensive structure of him, again, he's done. He's been a sensational signing from Man City so far. But I'm going to go with Tierney for the simple fact is he can read the game. He's defending more physically. He's better than what I've seen since he has signed from Celtic for 25 mil. And getting forward, he offers us another outlay on Martinelli's side. So yeah, my back four sorted. Right, the midfield area. This is going to be key. Sitting between the two centre halves or in front of the back four, Thomas Partey. We're going to need another phenomenal, outstanding performance from him. For me, he is absolutely scintillating against Tottenham, and we could do with a similar performance in this fixture. Thomas Partey at his best levels is a beast, a midfield destroyer, and he proved that against the scum, who win Sweet FA every year. Anyway, for me, a key start, and we've got to try and keep him fit this season. While we do that, let's try and get a backup in January as well. I'll leave that to the board of directors, shall I? Alongside him, I'm going to look at the right, and I'm going to go with Martin Odegaard. I think he owes a very big performance. This is an opportunity for him to start. I know Mikel Arteta will start him. I'm only starting him because I feel he deserves the opportunity to showcase his performances in a game of this magnitude. And as club captain, he's going to have to step up. Like, for example, he just needs to concentrate on getting in between the defence and the midfield to receive the ball so he can cause enough damage. And I want to see him shoot or play a final through ball with end product. That's Martin Odegaard in the team. The other side of him, possibly Arsenal's player of the season so far in terms of leading candidate, Granit Xhaka. I never thought I would praise him in this way. Not after 3 years ago when he told me and millions of Arsenal fans up and down the world to F off. Well, I'll tell you what, yeah. 3 years is a long time ago. He's performed like a club captain. In that document, he was one of the most vocal Arsenal players in that dressing room. And you can see that Arteta's done wonders with him. And the key is he's got a defensive-minded midfielder playing 10 yards behind him. So Xhaka has that free role to do whatever he likes to an extent of not giving away penalties, not picking up stupid yellow cards, let alone a red one. He is having the game of his life. He's having, well, what can I say? He's been absolutely magnificent this season in a freer role. So Granit Xhaka will start this game. Right, the front three, I think it sorts itself out. On the right hand side of the front three attack, Bukayo Saka. If Robertson's not fit, whether Robertson's fit, Tsimikas starts, I will fancy Saka to have a glorious game. And as long as he's going to run at pace at one of the two left backs, let's say Tsimikas, I will be comfortable with his performance. For me, I'm going to still start him in this game. On the other side, which is predicted, Trent against Martinelli, I'm going to go with Martinelli. Martinelli for me is key. Now, without Martinelli, I don't know who would have the honourable job of taking on Trent Alexander-Arnold. But for me, Martinelli showed last season how he had him on toast, and he can do it again. He just gets better and better and better, and Trent Alexander-Arnold can be exploited on that side, and I think that's where we might get the joy on that right-hand side. In the middle, Gabriel Jesus. But let's be warned, I would possibly expect Konaté to start on that alongside Virgil van Dijk, then Matip. I'll be surprised if Matip does start. I think Konaté comes in due to the fact that Gabriel Jesus drifts on that side, and if he's helping Martinelli get joy against Trent, Konaté's there with his pace and strength to make sure that the mess is mopped up. But I could be wrong. Well, I'm still going with Jesus. Right, my 9 substitutions. I thought he had a steady game the other night. Pulled off 1 or 2 good saves. Matt Turner, for me, didn't have too much to do as such, but I'm going to have him on the bench. Substitute number 2, Cedric Suarez. Welcome back from your injury. I'm going with Ben White due to the fact that he has been on splendid form as a makeshift right back, if I'm going to be totally honest. So he starts the game. Takehiro Tomiyasu. Now, I love Tomiyasu with my heart. I love him with all my heart. I want to see him back in the first team. I want to see myself pick him in my team instead of Benjamin White. But Benjamin White has been absolutely scintillating, if the truth be told. Tomiyasu will be working his heart out to get back into the team. Mark my words. He is a top-notch right back, and I want him back in the team. But at the moment, he can still occupy centre half or left back. So his versatility is very key. Tomiyasu for me. Substitute number 4, Alexander Zinchenko. His versatility is key. We know that he can operate at left back or midfield. I don't even know his best position because he is that damn good with the ball at his left feet. That's how good he is. You know, you don't play for Man City and help the team win 4 titles out of a possible 5 seasons. He was hugely part of that, yeah, along with his co-worker, Jesus. So there is a reason why I have him on the bench. I just feel that Tierney has that more defensive discipline in his game, with all due respect to Zinchenko. Substitute number 5. I'm looking at the midfield here. Yeah, Albert Mboyo Sambi Lokonga. He starts in my midfield for me. No, on the bench for me, sorry. My bad. I like him. I feel that he will be good enough for Arsenal eventually. Possibly we might have to send him out on loan at best. But for me, he's a squad player at best. No further. But a good, decent ball-playing midfield player. Possibly more number 8 than he is a number 6. Unless he is learning that role in training, I don't know. But he is more of a number 8 in my eyes. Substitute number 6, Fabio Vieira, man of the match on Thursday. Absolute masterclass in an attacking midfield display. And he deserved his goal through Jesus' magical moment on the touchline. So for me, Fabio Vieira will be on the bench. Substitute number 7. Oh, I'm having a bit of difficulties here. I know Smith Rowe's injured. Reece Nelson, welcome back. I forgot to say that on Thursday. He's substitute number 7. For me, he came on, he looked pretty sharp. For a man who's not played football for up to 3 months maximum. Done his thing. Direct, he was. And he always wants to make an impression. And that's what I like about Reece Nelson. Some say he was not good enough, but Mikel Arteta's given him an opportunity. If that's the case, then I wish him all the best, Mikel Arteta and Reece Nelson on that one. But again, he's on my bench. Substitute number 8. I'll tell you what, this is a tough one here. Substitute number 8, Ethan Nwaneri. Now, this is a 15-year-old young boy. Yes, I'm aware of that. I wouldn't expect him to be coming up from, well, no, I'm going to reverse that, and no, I'm going to have to go with, I'm going to go with Ethan Nwaneri. I wouldn't expect him to come on for 2 minutes, or a minute, let alone however long. But for me, there must be a reason why. There may be a reason, or the coaching team may have convinced Arteta on videos that he's watched of him to pick this boy. And if that's the case, then, well, Arteta sees more than any Arsenal supporter in the world. So it's a case of Arteta going by the coach's observation. So I'm going to go with Ethan Nwaneri. Now, substitute number 9, last but not least, Eddie Nketiah. For me, a workaholic. He gives you 100%, whether chasing down defenders for the ball, just chasing down defenders for the ball, or trying to get into the box to score goals. He does give you 100% effort, and he's fit and he's bulked up physically, so he is a lot stronger on the ball, which I've noticed. So I'll give him his due. So that's my starting 11 sorted out, my 9 substitutions sorted out, as well as the formation, which is a 4-3-3. If you've got your formation that you go with against Liverpool, your starting 11, etc., drop it in the chat, and I'll read them out, yeah? Otherwise, it's that time again to cut this to an end. So, ladies, to the gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls, I thank you so much for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Saving the best to last, as I always do. I thank you so much for putting up with me. Other than that, I'll be here again, hopefully shortly, to try and do the player, to do a match day review of our game against Bodo Glimt, which finished 3-0 Arsenal, and I'll be giving you my ratings there. All I need to say is take care of your friends, take care of your families, and do look after yourselves, which is always important. Peace, love, bless again. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Show the love here, yeah? Until then, DLG repping. I look forward to talking to you again. All that I need to do is remind you, just always be nice.